I've been told that my superpower is my ability to get people to do things, to follow a vision and do things.
Yeah.
And I think some of that came about because I've been in a lot of roles throughout my life where I had to lead through influence. It was the only
Mm,
way I could really succeed.
mhm.
So, what's your superpower and where do you think maybe some of that came from?
So I wish I had a simple phrase for what I think the superpower is. I know how to describe it. So I'm gonna, since we were talking assessments, I'm gonna talk about it in two terms. So working geniuses and in within strength finders. So my strength finders are my superpower. However, when I first took it, my first business, because I wanted to figure out what I wanted to be when I grew up, I had no idea what to do with this. And of course, nobody says, here's what you'd be good at. They're like, no, it's so you can learn about yourself and figure it out. I'm like, I'm so tired of that. But okay, fine. So my strength finders are strategic, futuristic, achieving, activating, and individualistic. My entire business is built upon this. And the way that I will summarize that, I suppose, is I can see both the forest and the trees and the path through at the same time. Right. And that is a lot of what this company is built upon, ties back into the name of the business. You can start to see the synergies when I explain the layers to it. Then you're like, oh my gosh, they're everywhere by intention. But one of the things that makes us so skillful when we're working with our clients is I'm like, just talk to me. And then I'll ask you questions. And I'm like, okay, well, what about this? Is it this or is that? Is it this or is that? And I'm sitting there being, because a lot of people can't put into words what they want, honestly. And we have to have a conversation. I have to strip away all the structure from it so we can just talk. We're just, hey, grab a coffee, let's have a conversation. And then as they're building the they're just talking, what it's doing in my brain is it's building a picture. And then all of a sudden, because I'm very visual, so I'm going to give it to you in visual, it's like these doors of opportunity slide into place. And then as part of the questioning, I'll open up a door of opportunity. And I'm like, well, if you could do X, Y, and Z, would that work for you? No, I actually don't want that. Okay, not that door. What about this? If you could do blah, 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 would you do that? What about this? Da, 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 da. And so what I'm doing through the questioning, which is part of that skill of wonder, well, what if, what if, what if, what if? Is I'm discerning and I'm slowly getting us into something that's more and more concrete. And then once we're concrete, I'm like, okay, great. What do you think about that? How do you feel about that? Oh, it's going to be a lot of work. Like I have one client right now, just had the meeting. That's going to be a lot of work. I'm like, okay, well, what is easy gets done. So how do we make this easy? Or what's the first thing we can do? Like, you don't need to really know everything. You need to know where you're going. You need to know where you are. And then you have to have the discernment to figure it out along the way. Back to our whole uncertainty topic way at the beginning of our conversation, right? And it's just a matter of like, okay, what feels easy? What feels good? What feels easy? What feels good? Because what I'm trying to do is that's the activation part, right? I'm trying to activate to get to achieving because I'm trying to get to a result. And so what we do is we just work with who people are in such a way, which is that almost that people whisper part, of which I really liked what you shared with that, but help them work with themselves instead of against themselves. We're reducing the conflict. Well, if it feels like hard work, then you're going to put it off until you have time. But ha ha ha, we never have time. We create time. We invest in time, so to speak. So how do we change the dialogue so that it becomes easy? And so what we're effectively doing is we're getting this, you know, gradual incremental change over time that yields something really big and beautiful.